Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday and welcome back. So for the next few Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am going to be uploading some candle reviews because I'm going to be keeping Sundays for my best of 2021 series when it comes to home fragrance. So we're just going to be doing some weekday uploads for the next little bit here so that I can keep Sundays open for my favorites. Today's video is a review of I know these perfumes really well, but I've never actually tried the Skylar candles. So I recently saw that Skylar popped up on my Octoly platform, and there's not a ton of stuff on Octoly lately that catches my interest because a lot of the products that are on there are not cruelty-free. And it is my personal preference to purchase cruelty-free if at all possible. So anyway, I did apply to Skylar to be able to review these candles, and they did send them out for consideration. So a big thanks to Skylar for doing that. Octoly does not require a quote-unquote positive review when you post your review. It's just they ask for an honest review, so that's what you guys are getting. And anytime that, whether something is sent to me or whether I purchase it myself, all opinions are still my own. Whenever a company offers to send me something, they are abundantly made clear of the fact that if I don't like something or if I have constructive feedback or criticism, that I will be expressing that. And if a company is not comfortable with that, then I will not accept PR from them. So anyway, I just thought I'd go ahead and fill you guys in on that. I will link this in the description box down below. You can find these Skylar candles at the Skylar website. I don't know of any sales that they are running right now, but I think it's definitely worth signing up for their emails. I really love one of these candles, and one of them I'm just a little bit more ambivalent about. But mostly what I want to talk to you guys about today is the performance of these, because I know scent can be very subjective. Just because I don't really care for one of the scents doesn't mean that you won't. So always something to keep in mind. But in terms of the performance, I feel like that's definitely something that I can give some solid thoughts on. That should be the case, hopefully across the board. I haven't noticed any inconsistencies between these two as I've been burning them. But we'll get into the performance here in a second. So, the Skylar candles, they consider themselves to be a clean skincare brand. So that includes their perfumes as well. And you can see that I actually have matching perfumes here. The Vanilla Sky, which is the candle that is burning. This one, look at I've only had this for a little while, but look at the dent I've put in this perfume already. I love this scent. So I was really excited when they sent me the Vanilla Sky candle because, oh man, it smells exactly like the perfume. And if you have the perfume, you got to try the candle. It's so good. The other fragrance that they sent was their Fall Cashmere. And this is the one that I'm a little bit more ambivalent about. I don't dislike it, but it's also not necessarily my favorite. So I'm going to start with my favorite here. By the way, the Skylar does use a sustainable soy coconut wax formula. So it's kind of a softer wax, but it's not super, super soft like the Nest candles were this last year. Each candle, which by the way, these are 1 wicks, should provide you with over 45 hours of burn time. I'm gonna guess that that's pretty accurate. I'm a little bit further along on the Fall Cashmere, and I would say that I'm about, I don't know, I would say that I'm probably about 25 hours in, if not more, and I'm just past the halfway point there. These candles also don't contain any paraffins or phthalates, and they are said to be clean burning and eco-friendly. So there's just a little blurb for you guys. Now let's get into the scent reviews. And then because my experience is pretty much the same between the two, we'll do the burn review portion of this as well. Okay, so Vanilla Sky. Ooh, this is such a rich, creamy, warm fragrance, you guys. The perfume, now these perfumes are not the longest lasting perfumes that I have in my collection, but I do not mind reapplying. This particular scent is heavenly. I recently featured it in my top like favorite vanilla perfumes that I have in my collection several weeks ago. If you missed that video, I will link it in the description box down below. That's also where I will place the links for where to find these things here. So yeah, such an amazing scent, you guys. So your top fragrance notes here are cappuccino, pure vanilla, and caramelized cedar. I will say the main two notes that I smell in this particular scent, whether it's in the candle or in the perfume format, you really get that rich cappuccino note. There is that kind of creamy, milky coffee fragrance. It is definitely half of this scent. Like, that's really something that stands out. So if you typically don't like cappuccino or creamy coffee scents, this one may not appeal to you because it is definitely very distinguishable. And then pure vanilla. And what I mean by pure vanilla is a very warm, cozy, gourmand, edible vanilla note. It's like the most top of the line, not even vanilla extract, but just pure vanilla fragrance. It is to die for in terms of a vanilla. Sorry, I have my good friend Alf here, who is sitting at the base of the camera, kicking it right now. So my apologies. But yeah, this is just, it's absolutely heavenly. As far as that caramelized cedar, I do in the very background of this just get like a hint of like a cedar, like, Alfie, come on, you're killing me, buddy. Stop. He keeps dragging a shoe in here, and I don't know how many times I have told my daughter not to leave her shoes out, but whatever, if he eats it, she's down one shoe. Yeah, there is that little tiny hint of like that cedar, like caramelized cedar note. It's almost like it adds a little bit of like a smokiness, a warmth. It's just absolutely gorgeous, you guys. So this one, 2 thumbs up. I'm gonna repurchase this candle. I have been burning this in my bedroom, and we'll talk about strength and throw, but I want this as a regular part of my like home fragrance in my bedroom. It is beautiful. I was sick over the holidays and I was burning this. I couldn't smell it super well because I was pretty congested, but I could still smell it through my stuffy nose a little bit. And it was just so warm and cozy. I absolutely loved it. Now let's talk about the fall cashmere. And I'm just gonna show you guys here how far down I am. So you can see I am past the halfway point here. Very clean burn in terms of, look at that wax. It is still the same creamy white color that it was when I first started. The wicks are a little tricky on these. They do form some mushroom tops, especially near the beginning. But as you go down, I find that the mushroom tops get a little bit smaller. So I haven't trimmed this one, so you can kind of see how they're a little bit more reasonable. I will still trim this. You need to trim these wicks. Let me just give you that piece of advice right away. But the fall cashmere, let's talk about this particular fragrance. It also comes in the perfume format. So if you're really interested in this particular fragrance, or you know that you really like it, definitely check out the candle as well as the perfume itself. For me, this particular scent is a little bit more like, I could take it or leave it. It's nice, but it's pretty seasonal. I will say, I don't think that I would wear this perfume again until this coming fall. Your notes here with the fall cashmere, and this is a much more like spicy fragrance, but it's also creamy at the same time. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic here. So your notes here are roasted almond, cinnamon bark, and spiced ginger. That ginger is definitely very noticeable in this particular scent. It is, it's what adds that little bit of like a tang or a spiciness to this fragrance. And I don't know that I love that. If it was just the cinnamon bark and the roasted almond, I think I would actually love this fragrance a whole lot more. And actually, while we're at it, maybe let's toss some of the same vanilla in here that you have in the Vanilla Sky. Oh, that would be so good. By the way, another thing that you can do, which I highly recommend, is mixing your perfumes or your fragrances. So I have not tried this yet, but after just mentioning it, I think tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and mix the Vanilla Sky with the Fall Cashmere and see what I can come up with. And then maybe I'll mention what I think about that combo and how it wears in my Friday faves and flops this week. So make sure you're subscribed so you're notified of that video. But really what comes through to me more than anything in the Fall Cashmere is that spiced ginger. I do smell the cinnamon bark. It is a gourmand cinnamon. It's not red hot cinnamon. It's not too aggressive. As far as cinnamon goes, I don't typically love it, but I think it's done really well in this particular fragrance because it's not the first thing that jumps out at you. And that almond, there is this kind of nuttiness to this fragrance. I feel like it's definitely almond, but it's just kind of almost in a way like a slightly more generic nuttiness. It's really great. It's definitely a cozy, warm, spicy scent. And if you love those types of fragrances, I think this is one worth checking out. I do believe that they carry the Skylar perfumes at Sephora. I don't think they're at Ulta, but if you're ever in Sephora and you see this Fall Cashmere, give it a sniff. The candle smells, again, exactly like the fragrance. Like they are so spot on in terms of like having the exact same notes. Sometimes when you get a candle from like a company that offers the perfumes as well, there's some differences. I don't smell the differences. With the Vanilla Sky, it's the same as the perfume. With the Fall Cashmere, it's the same as the perfume. So if you like that, you'll probably like the candle as well. Let's talk about strength and throw. So these are obviously only 1 wick candles. You are not going to get like a massive, you're not going to get a massive throw from these. You're just not. By the way, the size of these, how many ounces are these? 8 ounces. So pretty on par with most like high-end candles. You're getting 1 wick here. The strength for these are fairly similar, although I think the Vanilla Sky is actually slightly stronger. I'm gonna put the strength of the Vanilla Sky at a 6. The strength of the Fall Cashmere is more like a 5, 5.5, which is okay. I've had the Fall Cashmere mostly in our master bath, which as far as bathrooms go, our master bath is on the larger end of the spectrum, but this does not get lost in there. It does quite well. The throw, I can definitely smell this in any room that I put it in. I have had this downstairs in my fancy lady living room, at least the Vanilla Sky. I've been burning it there for the last couple of days. The throw really is, it's very more room specific. So I'm gonna put the throw at only about a 4. That doesn't mean that it doesn't travel at all outside of the room. It just means that it's mostly concentrated within the space where it's burning. I can still smell that I have a candle going when I go through other parts of the downstairs of the house, but I really kind of have to like sniff for it. And for a 1 wick, I think that's actually okay. Now, if this were a 2 wick or a 3 wick or even more, and it only had that level of strength or throw, I would be a little bit disappointed, but I'm not for what it is. This is an 8 ounce candle, you guys, and it has 1 wick. You're only going to really get so much out of it, and I think that's okay. As far as the price point of these, they are, I believe, $45. And I think that's a fair price point based on the fact that they do smell exactly like the perfumes, and you know, they are a higher end fragrance brand, and I think these are done really well. I'm a fan. I will repurchase this Vanilla Sky both in the perfume and the candle format this year. I don't know that I'll run out of the perfume. I might run out of the perfume, but you know, if I will repurchase this candle is basically what I'm trying to say. Now, I haven't noticed like a ton of sooting or anything like that. Like, I'll show you guys a top view of the candle here. I don't think I trimmed this wick enough because you can see there's a little bit of like a wax residue. I think I need to blow this out and trim this wick. Before starting this video, I did not trim it. So I need to do that. And there is the other one, obviously. So yeah. You guys, overall, I give these 2 thumbs up. I mean, even though I don't love the fall cashmere fragrance, I'm really glad to have gotten to experience it because I do think it's very unique and different. So definitely 2 thumbs up. If you have either tried these Skylar perfumes or these Skylar candles, will you let me know what your experience is down below in the comments? I'll put a link to both of these in the description box down below. Let me know if you have any questions at all. And I will see you guys, if you're just here for home fragrance stuff, I'll see you guys again on Thursday with another candle review. All right, have a great rest of your day. Toodaloo.